freedom isn't free, and you really do have to fight for that freedom or work hard
Absolutely.
for it, I guess I should say.
Mhm.
So what drove you to change your career path, and why do you think it's important?
Are we talking about from working with clients to being an educator?
So what I was going to ask you related to this is for you to give me a better scope of the business you had and why you left.
Okay.
And from what I gather, you had a pretty good thing going. So like, what was
Yeah.
the situation that made you change your career path? I guess those two questions are connected.
So we make commercials and music videos, and we were paid, relatively speaking, a lot of money to do those things. And the longer you do something, the better you're at it, and the easier it is for you to procure clients and have them trust you. Much more difficult when you're young. So why would we walk away? A couple different things were happening, and I like to think I can fly above what it is I'm doing, kind of see what's happening on the larger cultural landscape. And we see that people are no longer tied to cable and television. People are streaming, and the young people that work for me, they're all based on subscription services, so they don't watch commercials at all. And so I can see the tide shifting if our careers in building and making commercials as the demand for commercials is going down and other things are capturing the advertising dollars, if you will. We're probably not going to be able to continue to do this for at the level in which we want to do it for that much longer. I could see that in the jobs that our reps would bring us, they're less creative, they're more demanding, and the budgets were lower. And so I'm like the canary in the coal mine where I can sense change happening much quicker than most people. And I like to think it's because I'm less attached to what it is I'm doing. And so I can feel that. So I'm having conversations with our reps, with my executive producer, and saying, I think we need to build a new ship. The ship is not going to keep going this way. And I think they thought it was alarmist. Like, I don't think so, guys. The writing's on the wall. You're just not willing to read it. It's right there. I can see it. And so I started to shift away from doing commercial advertising work to doing branding and brand design. And that was really cool because that was very rewarding. I'm not concerned that that's going away because that's going to be around. But then I just thought that I think I exchanged one master for another master. I'm still working for the master. I'm still, just a slave to client work. And it's in this moment when you can feel like your needs are met financially and creatively that you can explore other things. So that's when I started to explore the education side. And it filled my heart, my soul up so much that I was like, this has got to be my calling in life. I didn't have a business model yet, but I was going to figure it out.
What was the trigger? What made you? I mean, that's a pretty big change.
The trigger is I had been teaching for, I think at that time, almost 15 years at Art Center and at Otis, and I get so much fulfillment from doing this. But we all know teachers don't get paid anything. And so it was a labor of love. And I just really enjoyed teaching the handful of students that I had. And it really just, if you want something that's life affirming, you just try and help people. And teaching is one form of helping people. And so when these young students from all over the world, when we sat together and I could see that, oh, they're on the verge of having a breakthrough, creative breakthrough, that lit me up like you can't believe. I'll go home and I'll read 3 more books to come back to teach you more theories or looking at the problem from a different angle. I'm really motivated. And then I look at how much am I being paid relative to the amount of time I'm putting into this? This is upside down. How can I teach, get that fulfillment, help other people have these transformative moments, but do it in a way that I don't have to go and work another job, which is servicing clients. And so that was the beginning. And just searching for a business model where I could do that. And then ultimately that led us where we are here today.
So how are you able to juggle all the things that I suspect you do
In that transition or now?
now?
I have a wonderful team. I delegate almost everything. And so I get to do the things I love the most. Back to the freedom thing. So I don't like dealing with contracts. Someone deals with contracts. I don't want to deal with the negotiations. I have a different person doing that. I don't even want to talk to the team necessarily. I just want to talk to one person and for that person then to manage the team. And so I put in place people to do every single thing that it doesn't have to be done by me.
Mhm.
So I get time to talk to people like you. I get to read books from friends like ours, like Jason Fried. And that's what I get to do. And everything else, somebody else takes care of.
Can you say how big your team is?
Yes, we're 18 people right now.
Wow, that's a pretty healthy number.
Yeah, and looking to hire probably 4 more people soon.
Okay, well then, so I'm going to jump to the conclusion that things are going well for you.
Yes, things are going really well. And so this year or last year, we did $4.5 million in revenue, and it's very profitable business now that we took care of a couple of problems. And it'll continue to grow. And I'll tell you this, Carlos, for the 20 plus years that I ran Blind as a service design company, only one person ever talked to us about investing or buying us. And running the future as an education company, oddly, I have venture capitalists reaching out to me. Do you need money? Do you need money? It's like, where were you when I was struggling? This is kind of interesting.
Mhm.
So the market is telling you something that in high growth markets or industries, people are looking. Like
Mhm.
quite literally, right before our call, got off the phone with a venture capital firm.
Wow, that's definitely something to be proud of. I mean, it must make you feel like you've made the right call on a variety of
Yeah,
levels.
yeah. Well, the level of fulfillment I have is, if before on a scale of 1 to 100, from a creative point of view, it was very fulfilling to do. But on a spiritual, kind of like, am I making a difference in the world, is pretty low. And
Mhm.
even times on the creative level, it's like, okay, so they want to make these changes. All right, let's just go make them, right?
Yeah.
I'm tired of fighting them. So we do it. But now I'm so fulfilled. And the funny thing is, and I believe this very much, if something gives you joy, you're passionate about it, and you put in the time to practice and hone your craft, the kind of money that you can make, it will eventually catch up to that passion.
Mhm.
You just got to stay in it to figure out the business model, to position yourself in the proper way. But eventually it will catch up. And I think we're starting to catch that wave because there's a lot of paddling out to the wave. And now we're riding that wave and
Mhm.
it feels great.
Yeah. What's the first and last thing you do every day?